This story starts with a couple of fire elementals who left their home to seek a new life in Element City. The city's admissions officer, having trouble with their names, gives them the names Bernie and Cinder and lets them in. They are amazed by the city's beauty. They arrive in the Garden District but are denied housing due to fire-related concerns. They find an abandoned building to call home. Cinder gives birth to a daughter, Amber. Bernie works hard to fix their new home and creates a shop called The Fireplace. He explains that Amber will take over someday. More fire people visit their shop, turning it into Firetown. Amber struggles to control her temper, especially with difficult customers, causing fiery incidents. After besting her father's delivery time, Bernie thinks it's time for Amber to run the shop herself. During the annual Red Dot sale, things get chaotic, and Amber's temper flares. The shop gets flooded, and Wade Ripple, a water elemental, emerges. Wade tells them he got sucked into their basement and may need to shut down their shop. Amber tries to stop Wade, but he escapes. Wade overhears her talking about her fears. He offers to take her to plead her case, but the city inspector doesn't listen. Feeling guilty that her actions might have caused the shop's shutdown, she talks to herself about her father finding out. Wade overhears her and offers to help her make her case. Wade takes Amber to the processing office, where she's supposed to talk to Fern. However, she gets nervous and blows up in embarrassment. Fern decides to send a ticket to their shop after the incident, and they are told to expect the shop to close in a week. When Amber returns home, she finds the shop closed, with her parents fixing the leaking pipes. Cinder reassures her and explains why they left Fireland, where people were connected by a blue flame and traditions until a devastating storm struck. They left to build a better life, especially since Cinder was pregnant with Amber. The next day, Amber goes to Wade's boss's office, but Gail isn't there, as she's at a stadium cheering for her favorite team. Amber goes with Wade to the stadium to talk to Gail in person about their shop's situation. However, Gail seems distracted and uninterested in discussing work due to a game happening at the stadium. They end up arguing, with Gail calling Amber a fireball, and Amber making fun of the players, calling them cloud puffs. With the predicament resolved, Wade asks Amber if she wants to go on a date in the city the next day. She decides to show up for their date. They start their day with movies and a photo booth and later go to the top of a building, where Amber impresses some kids with her fire abilities. During the date, Amber manages to control her temper. Just when they thought things couldn't get worse, pipe burst open in the fireplace. Delivery man showed up with flowers for Amber. She immediately noticed that Wade was disguised as the water inside the vase, so she quickly ran downstairs with the flowers. Later, Amber and Wade met at the beach to make more sandbags, but Amber's flames melted the sand into glass. They had a brilliant idea to use glass to seal the hole. When the glass held up, Wade suggested that they would check with Gail to see if it was sufficient. That night, Bernie told Amber that he felt lucky to have her. Amber was anxious about the future of their shop, so she met with Wade to hear Gail's decision. Cinder, her mother, was awakened by the love in the air and followed Amber back to the hotel where Wade was staying. Wade then invited her to meet his family while they waited for Gail's call together. Cinder finds Ember going into the hotel but can't see who or what the guy looks like. She tries to follow her into the hotel, but the guard doesn't let her through. Inside, Amber meets Wade's family, who tells her how Wade got trapped in a sponge when he was a kid. They start discussing how it runs in the family. When Alan accidentally breaks a pitcher, Amber quickly fixes it right in front of their eyes. Everyone is shocked by her abilities. Wade's mom claims she also has a talent, which surprises everyone. After dinner, Wade suggests they play the crying game. When it's Amber and Wade's turn, she claims she has the advantage as she's never cried. After several failed attempts to make each other cry, Wade opens up about his feelings for Amber. He expresses his desire to be near her, and Amber tears up when she realizes that they can never be together despite their strong feelings for each other. Wade and Ember visit Garden Central Station. Gale can create an air bubble, allowing Ember to get close to the rare flower. They make their way to the wisteria tree, and when Ember's light shines on it, the flowers start to bloom. Ember is overjoyed, but their excitement is short-lived as they realize the air bubble is running out. In a rush, Wade heads for the exit. After this thrilling and nearly dangerous experience, Wade is so moved that he suggests touching his forehead to Ember's as a sign of their strong connection and emotions. Wade and Ember decided to take the risk to discover if they were meant to be together. While holding hands, they jumped into each other's arms and danced under the moonlight. However, Ember suddenly gets flashes of her father, which disturbs her. She leaves, stating that she needs to return to her life at the shop. Wade tries to convince her that she should talk to her father about pursuing her dreams, but Amber gets angry, feeling like he doesn't understand what it's like to have parents who sacrificed everything for her. The next day, everyone gathers in front of the shop to celebrate Bernie's retirement and the grand reopening. Bernie officially hands over the shop to Ember, symbolized by the bequeathal of the blue flame. Wade unexpectedly shows up and declares his love for Ember in front of everyone, but she rejects his feelings, causing Bernie to rescind his retirement. Amber runs away to the city but cannot forget her feelings for Wade. She later witnesses the Watergate breakdown, leading to a flash flood threatening her parents' lives. Wade, who was about to leave, also notices something is wrong in Firetown. Amber warns the people about the flood and manages to save her parents. She and Wade work together to protect the blue flame, ultimately getting trapped as they struggle to find a way out. Ember feels helpless in this dire situation. Wade comforts Ember, assuring her that he has no regrets. Amber finally confesses her love for him, and they embrace. Bernie and the others find Ember, who explains that Wade is missing. She also gathers the courage to tell her father that she doesn't want to take over the shop. During their emotional conversation, they suddenly hear Wade's cries. Ember realizes he's still alive but in an unusual form. She tries to make him cry to help him reform. Eventually, Wade returns to normal, and they share a passionate kiss. Several months later, Firetown has fully recovered, and the fireplace is open to all elementals. Gale and Fern discover their shared interest in the windbreakers. Bernie and Cinder hand the shop over to the regular couple and enjoy their retirement. Wade's mom and Ember's parents bid a warm farewell to Wade and Ember, who are about to start Ember's internship at the glassmaking company. Before boarding the ship, Amber gives her father the grey bow, and he returns the same gesture. Ember and Wade embark on their next adventure together.